Ever looked at a perfect slice of bacon and thought to yourself, hey, I bet I could do that? Well, you just might be right. Today we're going to dive into a super straightforward guide for anyone curious about raising pigs. We'll cover everything from picking your very first piglet to figuring out the bottom line. So let's get into it. You know, it's a dream for a lot of folks. Maybe you're into self-sufficiency, or you're thinking about a small farm business, or hey, maybe you just want that peace of mind that comes from knowing exactly where your food is coming from. And the rewards? Well, let's just say they are absolutely delicious. And let's be honest, for many of us, this is the end goal, right? A freezer packed with amazing, high-quality pork. We're talking bacon, ribs, trotters, the whole shebang. When you raise your own, you get total control over the quality and the flavor of the final product. Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with your essential starter kit. Then we'll get into choosing the right breed for you, mastering that daily care routine, and understanding a bit about pig behavior. And finally, we'll tackle that big question: can you actually make money doing this? First things first, preparation. Seriously, before you even dream of bringing a cute little piglet home, you have got to have a solid foundation in place. Success in pig farming really starts long before any pigs ever set foot on your property. Think of this checklist as your blueprint for success. Every single item here is critical. You need a reliable source for your pigs, the right breed for what you want to do, and of course, the basics: housing, feed, and water. Getting these things right from day one is going to save you so many headaches and money down the road. This is your recipe for a great start.
So once your setup is all ready to go, you come to one of the most important decisions you'll make: which breed is the right one for you? And this choice, well, it's going to impact pretty much everything from how fast they grow to how you manage them every single day.
Broadly speaking, you've got two main paths to choose from. On one hand, you have native breeds. These guys are tough, they're resilient, and they're perfect for smaller farms where maybe rapid growth isn't the number one goal. Then you have the exotic breeds. These are your commercial powerhouses, bred specifically for fast growth and hitting that market weight as efficiently as possible. Now, if you're planning on breeding your own pigs down the line, picking the right female, she's called a gilt, is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make for the future of your little herd. So what exactly separates a good choice from a truly great one? Here is a key, super specific detail you need to look for. Count the teats. A really top quality gilt will have between 12 and 14. It's such a simple visual check, but it tells you she has the biological goods to feed a big, healthy litter of piglets. And that is absolutely crucial for your productivity. And this table right here really shows you the incredible potential of those exotic breeds we talked about. I mean, look at these mature weights for the Yorkshire, Hampshire, and Landrace. Hitting these kinds of sizes in just 5 to 6 months is exactly why they're so popular. Planning your feed and your timeline around these target weights is a huge part of the business. All right, you've got your setup, you've got your pigs. Now comes the real heart of it all: the daily work. A consistent, thoughtful routine is what's ultimately going to lead to healthy, happy, and productive animals. The core of that routine is actually pretty simple, and it's totally non-negotiable. You're going to feed them twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. But just as important, maybe even more so, is making sure they have access to clean, fresh water 24/7. And here is a crucial piece of advice straight from the experts. Do not just throw feed on the ground. Using proper troughs and waters isn't just about keeping things neat. It's a fundamental part of good hygiene. It stops the feed from getting contaminated and makes cleaning a whole lot easier, which in turn helps keep your pigs healthy. Okay, let's talk about bedding management. It might not sound exciting, but it's about so much more than just comfort. By simply turning the litter with a garden fork a couple of times a week, you're actively managing the pig pen's environment. This super simple chore buries waste, which cuts way down on flies and keeps those odors under control. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about what you do for your pigs, but now let's talk about understanding who they are. To be a really good farmer, you kind of have to get inside their heads a little bit. You need to know what makes them tick and, well, what stresses them out. So, what puts a pig on high alert? Creating a low-stress environment is absolutely essential for their health and growth, and that starts with knowing what spooks them. First and foremost, you. Yep, You. Pigs are surprisingly sensitive to our body language. They're watching your eyes, your posture, your movements. Calm, slow actions build trust, but sudden, intimidating gestures, that creates fear. Next up is noise. Pigs really don't do well with loud, unexpected sounds. A calm, quiet environment is the goal. And that means thinking about the whole farm. For example, making sure the family dog isn't just constantly barking its head off near the pig pen. I love this quote because it sums up a pig's flight response perfectly. If you startle one and it decides to bolt, don't even bother trying to chase it. It's more than just a funny line. It's a real practical reminder that preventing a panic is always, always better than trying to manage one.
And that brings us to our final section, and it's the question you're probably all asking. After all the work of getting set up, choosing breeds, and doing the daily care, what is the bottom line?
It's the one question every beginner has on their mind. Can this whole thing, especially on a smaller scale, actually make financial sense? Is it really worth the investment of your time and your money? The answer is a pretty encouraging yes, but, and it's a big but, it comes with a condition. Profitability is not automatic. It's the direct result of good, solid planning and excellent day-to-day management. Success really boils down to how all these factors work together. Think about it. Good management leads to better feed efficiency, which keeps your biggest cost down. And preventing disease is always way cheaper than treating it. When you manage all these pieces of the puzzle carefully, profitability isn't just possible, it's predictable. So we've covered the checklist, the breeds, the daily care, and the business side of things. The path is pretty much laid out. So the final question really isn't whether it can be done. It's, with the right plan in your hands, are you ready to get started?